For many directors, they're among the scariest creatures on the planet. Who are they?
They're actors, and they're not really that scary. We'll find out why on today's Two Real Guys.
Hi, my name is Larry Jordan.
And I'm Norman Holland.
And welcome to the Two Real Guys, where today we're talking about actors.
Yeah, now nearly all of my students at USC have the same fear. The first time they get onto set, it's like, how do we direct the actors? New directors, I find, are always afraid of saying the wrong thing, of not being able to talk to actors properly at all. Right? They've heard all the rules. You shouldn't give them line readings. You need to discuss motivation with them. So how do you know how to talk to them really?
The key thing to keep in mind with actors is that actors are people. And just as all people are different, actors are different. You don't work with actors the same way, but you still want to communicate with them. Mm-hmm. And the key is to get a sense of how they want to be communicated with.
Right. Some require more line readings, while others need to find how to say the lines within themselves.
And when you're working with amateurs, the best thing that I found when you're working with someone that isn't comfortable on camera is to distract them. Mm-hmm. Don't let them get all focused on the equipment and the gear and the noise that's going on around them. Instead, talk about something totally unrelated. And then when they get on camera, they're focused on a conversation with you as opposed to worrying about all the hardware surrounding them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now I've worked with a lot of professional actors of varying degrees of experience, and it's the same thing. You need to find which actors need more or less verbal instruction. Some don't want you to tell them motivation at all, but want to discover it from the situations that you give them, the props, the other actors. But some of them want detailed notes, detailed prep, either before set or right before shooting.
Norman, what I think we should do is let's move down to the stage and let's work with
real environment. Let's go to a real environment.
All
right.
Just hush, would you? We want to go down to the stage and let's work with our two real players and let's model a couple of situations. So let's start with you and Andrew and let's switch down to the stage.
So, Andrew, I want you to be angry.
How?
Well, be angry.
How?
Oh, come on, you know. Just be angry.
Be angry how? Can you give me something to work with?
Ah, good idea. Try this. If you want to help your actor bring an emotion out, give them something to work with, in this case, a prop. And now we'll go to Larry and Danielle and Lisa as they work out an acting problem.
Okay, Danielle. Good, stop right there. What I want you to do is I want you to cross down here, hit your mark. And I want you to look directly at Lisa and give your line. You ready? Go.
Lisa, we need to talk.
Now, let's take a thought about this. Danielle, that was incredible, except you have to remember that Lisa has just stolen your best boyfriend, and we're missing that whole emotion. I want you to look past Lisa's shoulder. You don't want to look at the camera, because that involves the viewer. So I need to have you nail your position, really give me that strong line, and then I kind of need a gesture of some sort. Can you give me a gesture that we could use?
How about a hair toss?
Perfect. Let's try it and see what it looks like.
Lisa, we need to talk.
Perfect. Just perfect. Great. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back to Norman, also on stage, as he shows us another example of how we can solve problems during production.
May you be happy in the life you have chosen.
And cut. Ed, can we try one more on that? I really didn't like the kickoff of the back. I just think it really isn't helping us at all. Now, what I just did, precisely what you do not want to do. I've got two actors right here who are just waiting to find out how that performance worked for me. Right? Lisa, that was a great job they did. I completely understood how you're feeling about Andrew there. Thanks a lot. Remember, as soon as you yell cut, you talk to your cast, you talk to your actors, and then you talk to crew. So during the rehearsal, you should try and get a sense of whether an actor gets better with each take or worse. Then once you know that, make sure that you shoot the actor who peaks early first. Then you can turn around and get your coverage on the actor who gets better with time.
For instance, one thing I've discovered is that Norman does really well on the first or the second take, and I take probably 2 or 3 takes to get into it. So we've learned... We've learned to sort of adjust for that. I'll be back with a tip right after this.
You can't treat an accomplished actor in the same way that you treat an amateur or a young actor. Remember that actors tell stories through emotion, so it's completely cool to ask them how they'd like to get feedback. It's important to understand acting whether you're directing, editing, shooting, hair, makeup, wardrobe, it doesn't matter.
Because actors are at the core of what we do. They're the core of visual storytelling. My name is Larry Jordan. His name is Norman Holland. And thanks for watching The Two Real Guys.